Dr. Neil Barnard, a leading voice in functional medicine, once said, "Just because something is labeled healthy doesn't mean it won't harm you, especially when it comes to blood sugar." This is particularly true for seniors, many of whom are trying their best to eat right, reaching for foods marked as natural, low-fat, whole grain, or heart-healthy. But what if I told you that some of these so-called healthy choices are quietly spiking your blood sugar levels every single day? What's worse? These foods don't taste overly sweet, and the packaging makes them look safe, or even beneficial. But the truth is, your pancreas, your metabolism, and your brain are all paying the price. In this video, we'll uncover 5 common foods that are silently raising your blood sugar, even though they're labeled as healthy. And more importantly, I'll show you what to eat instead to keep your energy steady, your mind sharp, and your blood sugar stable. So if you're over 60, or care about someone who is, watch this video till the end. You may discover that your favorite healthy snack is secretly harming your health. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's take control of our blood sugar, one smart choice at a time. Food number 1. Flavored yogurt. Yogurt has long been considered a health food staple, especially among seniors who are looking for foods that support digestion and bone health. It's often recommended for its calcium, probiotics, and protein. But here's what most people don't realize. Most store-bought flavored yogurts are loaded with added sugar, sometimes more than a dessert. Pick up a typical fruit-flavored yogurt from the grocery store, and flip it over to read the label. You might see up to 18 to 25 grams of sugar in just one small container. That's equivalent to 5 or 6 teaspoons. And much of that sugar isn't from the fruit, it's added during processing to enhance flavor and extend shelf life. Some brands even add corn syrup, fruit concentrates, or cane sugar on top of the already sweetened fruit puree. The problem? Even though the packaging may say things like low-fat, natural, or made with real fruit, these yogurts behave more like a sugary dessert inside your body. The combination of fast-digesting carbs and lack of fat means your body quickly converts the sugar into glucose, causing your blood sugar to spike, and then crash. Over time, this pattern leads to insulin resistance, fatigue, and belly fat accumulation. And for seniors, this can be especially harmful. High blood sugar contributes to muscle loss, memory problems, and unstable energy levels throughout the day. So what should you do instead? The better choice is to opt for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. It's higher in protein, lower in sugar, and more satisfying. If you need some flavor, add your own toppings like a few fresh berries, chia seeds, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. These options not only taste great, they help stabilize blood sugar and support gut health. Remember, just because it says yogurt doesn't mean it's good for you. It's what's in the yogurt and what's not that makes all the difference. Now let's take a closer look at another common food that's secretly raising your blood sugar: whole wheat bread. Yes, even the kind with the brown label. If you've been told to switch to whole wheat bread for better health, you're not alone. For decades, whole wheat has been marketed as the healthier alternative to white bread, especially for seniors looking to improve their heart health or manage blood sugar. But here's the shocking truth. Most commercial whole wheat breads can spike your blood sugar almost as quickly as white bread. How is that possible? Well, many store-bought whole wheat breads are highly processed. They're made with finely ground flour that's quickly broken down into glucose in your bloodstream. So even though the label says whole wheat, it doesn't necessarily contain the intact grain. In fact, many of these breads have a glycemic index, a measure of how quickly a food raises blood sugar, that's nearly as high as pure glucose. And it gets worse. These breads often contain added sugars, molasses, and dough conditioners, which further contribute to insulin spikes. The result? You feel hungry again shortly after eating, your energy crashes, and your body stores more fat around the midsection, especially dangerous for older adults. This is particularly risky for seniors, because repeated blood sugar spikes increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular issues, and even cognitive decline. The sad part is, many older adults think they're making a healthy choice by choosing brown bread, without realizing the impact it's having on their metabolism. So what's the alternative? Look for sprouted grain breads, like Ezekiel bread, which use the whole grain in its natural form. Sprouting increases the fiber and protein content, which slows digestion and helps keep blood sugar stable. Sourdough bread is another better option. The fermentation process helps reduce the glycemic impact and makes it easier to digest. Rye bread, especially if it's made with whole rye flour, also has a lower glycemic index and provides more fiber. And here's a quick tip: always check the ingredient list. If the first ingredient is enriched wheat flour or wheat flour without the word whole, it's probably not as healthy as you think. Now let's talk about a food that's often seen in health-conscious pantries and gyms: granola and energy bars. You'll be surprised at what's really inside them. Granola and energy bars have become a go-to snack for people trying to eat healthier, especially active seniors who want a quick boost of energy or something convenient to carry on the go. The packaging often boasts claims like high fiber, natural, protein-rich, or made with whole grains. But here's what most people don't realize: many of these bars are just candy bars in disguise. Take a closer look at the ingredient list, and you'll often find sugar listed multiple times under different names, like brown rice syrup, honey, cane sugar, or even dates and fruit juice concentrates. Some bars contain 20 grams or more of sugar, nearly the same as a slice of chocolate cake. And even if the sugar comes from natural sources, your body still processes it the same way, leading to blood sugar spikes and insulin crashes. The problem with these so-called health bars is that they often lack fiber, healthy fats, or enough protein to slow down digestion. This means your blood sugar rises quickly, giving you a short-lived burst of energy, followed by an equally fast crash. For seniors, these roller coaster spikes can lead to increased fatigue, mood swings, poor focus, and long-term insulin resistance. And it's not just about the sugar. Many energy bars are made with highly processed grains, hydrogenated oils, and artificial flavorings, making them more harmful than helpful. Some even contain additives that can irritate your gut or trigger inflammation. So what should you snack on instead? If you enjoy the convenience of bars, try making your own at home with oats, chia seeds, almond butter, and just a touch of natural sweetener like stevia or monk fruit. Or go for whole food snacks like a handful of raw nuts, a boiled egg, or a piece of cheese with cucumber slices. These options won't spike your blood sugar and will actually help you feel fuller for longer. When you think of fruit juice, you probably imagine something refreshing, natural, and packed with vitamins, especially vitamin C. It's often considered a smart choice for breakfast or a quick energy boost during the day. But here's the truth that most people don't realize: fruit juice, even 100% pure juice, can cause massive spikes in your blood sugar. The reason is simple: juice is concentrated sugar. When fruit is juiced, all the beneficial fiber that helps slow sugar absorption is removed. What you're left with is a liquid full of natural sugar, fructose and glucose, that hits your bloodstream fast. Even a small glass of orange juice can contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar, with little to no fiber or protein to balance it out. For seniors, this is especially problematic. A sudden rise in blood sugar followed by a crash can lead to fatigue, irritability, dizziness, and increased hunger shortly after. Over time, regular juice consumption, even if it's labeled no added sugar, can worsen insulin resistance and contribute to weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and fatty liver disease. Even juices marketed as healthy, like pomegranate, apple, or acai blends, often contain more sugar per serving than soda. And green juices that appear healthy may still be loaded with apple or grape juice to improve the flavor, pushing sugar levels even higher. So, what should you drink instead? The best choice is plain water, but if you're craving flavor, try infusing your water with lemon, mint, cucumber, or berries. Unsweetened herbal teas or sparkling water with a splash of lime are also excellent options. And if you miss the taste of juice, opt for a smoothie made with whole fruit, leafy greens, and a scoop of fiber or protein. This way, you retain the fiber that keeps blood sugar steady. The bottom line is this: just because it's fruit doesn't mean it's safe. Fruit juice behaves more like sugar water than a health drink, and for seniors trying to protect their health, it's often best left on the shelf. We'll tackle a surprising snack that many seniors rely on for healthy sweetness, but it's far from blood sugar friendly: dried fruits. Dried fruits are often seen as a healthy, natural snack, especially for seniors who want to satisfy a sweet tooth without turning to candy or baked goods. Raisins, dates, apricots, cranberries, they're small, portable, and often marketed as nutrient-rich. But here's what most people don't know. Dried fruit is one of the most concentrated sources of sugar you can eat, and it can wreak havoc on your blood sugar. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, but the sugar remains. This dramatically increases the sugar concentration per bite. For example, 1 cup of grapes contains around 15 grams of sugar. But once dried into raisins, that same cup can have over 85 grams of sugar, without any of the water to slow down digestion. That means your blood sugar spikes faster and higher than it would with the fresh version. And that's not all. Many packaged dried fruits are coated with added sugars or syrups to improve flavor and shelf life. You'll often see terms like candied or sweetened on the label, and even those that claim to be natural can contain preservatives like sulfites, which can trigger allergic reactions or digestive discomfort in sensitive individuals. For seniors, this is especially concerning. High-sugar snacks like dried fruit contribute to unstable energy, increased appetite, and insulin resistance, all of which accelerate age-related health issues such as diabetes, weight gain, and inflammation. And because dried fruit is so compact, it's easy to overeat. A small handful can contain the sugar equivalent of a full-sized chocolate bar. So, what's the smarter option? If you enjoy dried fruit, use it sparingly. Think of it as a garnish, not a snack. Add a tablespoon of unsweetened raisins or chopped dates to a bowl of oatmeal or salad, not as a handful by itself. Even better, choose fresh fruit, which contains water and fiber that help slow down sugar absorption and support digestion. Berries, apples with skin, and pears are especially good choices. Remember, just because something is fruit-based doesn't make it blood sugar friendly. For seniors trying to protect their health, dried fruits should be enjoyed mindfully, or replaced altogether. How to spot hidden sugars in food. One of the biggest challenges seniors face in managing blood sugar is this. Sugar is hiding in plain sight. Even when you think you're making smart choices, hidden sugars can sneak into your meals under names you don't recognize, and they add up quickly. Manufacturers use dozens of different names for sugar to confuse consumers. You might not see sugar on the label, but you'll often find ingredients like maltodextrin, dextrose, high fructose corn syrup, cane juice, agave nectar, rice syrup, barley malt, or fruit juice concentrate. These are all forms of sugar, and your body reacts to them the same way, with a spike in blood glucose. Another trick is using multiple types of sugar in small amounts. This keeps any one kind from being listed first on the ingredient list, even though the combined sugar content is high. That's why it's so important to look beyond marketing claims and carefully read the nutrition facts. Here's what to focus on. Total carbohydrates. This includes all carbs, including sugar and fiber. Added sugars. Pay close attention to this line. The lower, the better. Fiber. Higher fiber helps slow sugar absorption, making the food more blood sugar friendly. Also, take a quick scan of the ingredients list. The fewer ingredients, and the more whole food names you recognize, the better. If sugar or one of its disguises is in the first 3 ingredients, put it back on the shelf. Being informed doesn't mean being fearful, it means being empowered. When you know what to look for, you can take control of your blood sugar and your long-term health, without giving up the foods you love. As we age, our bodies naturally become less efficient at processing glucose. This means the same slice of bread or bowl of cereal that had little impact on you in your 30s or 40s might now send your blood sugar soaring in your 60s and beyond. It's a quiet shift, often unnoticed until symptoms begin to appear. You might feel more tired after meals, experience frequent brain fog, or find it harder to maintain a healthy weight. But what's really happening beneath the surface is that your insulin sensitivity is declining. Insulin is the hormone responsible for helping your body move sugar from the bloodstream into the cells for energy. After 60, insulin doesn't work as efficiently, a condition known as insulin resistance. When your cells stop responding properly to insulin, your pancreas produces more and more of it, trying to keep blood sugar in check. Over time, this leads to elevated blood sugar levels, even if you think you're eating healthy foods. The long-term consequences of unmanaged blood sugar can be devastating. Chronically high blood sugar damages the blood vessels, nerves, kidneys, and eyes. It increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes. For seniors, the stakes are even higher. Poor blood sugar control is linked to increased risk of dementia, mobility issues, and slower wound healing. And yet, many seniors are unknowingly sabotaging their health every day with common grocery items that are thought to be healthy. That's why understanding which foods quietly spike your blood sugar is more important now than ever before. You can't rely solely on marketing labels or even general dietary advice. What works for a 25-year-old athlete might not work, or could even be dangerous, for a 70-year-old managing multiple health conditions. But here's the good news. Blood sugar control doesn't require complicated diets or extreme restrictions. With just a few smart swaps and a better understanding of how food works in your body, you can dramatically improve your health, energy, and quality of life. Walk through any grocery store and you'll be bombarded with words like heart healthy, low fat, whole grain, natural, and no sugar added. These labels sound reassuring, especially if you're trying to make better food choices. But what if I told you that many of these terms are not only misleading, but potentially dangerous for your blood sugar? Let's take no sugar added, for example. Many fruit juices, sauces, or yogurts use this label, but that doesn't mean they're low in sugar. These products can still contain naturally occurring sugars in such high amounts that they cause your blood sugar to spike, just like a candy bar would. And terms like whole grain often refer to highly processed grains that behave almost identically to white flour once inside your body. Gluten-free is another one. Just because something is free of gluten doesn't mean it's good for blood sugar. In fact, many gluten-free products are made with refined starches like rice flour or potato starch, which have a high glycemic index, meaning they raise blood sugar quickly and significantly. Even the word natural means next to nothing. The FDA doesn't strictly regulate its use. A natural snack bar can still be packed with syrup, concentrated fruit sugars, or refined carbs that will send your blood sugar soaring. This is why seniors need to become smart label readers. Focus less on the flashy marketing and more on the nutrition facts, especially total carbohydrates, fiber content, and added sugars. Also look at the ingredient list. If sugar, or any of its 50 hidden names, is near the top, it's probably not as healthy as it claims to be. Now that you know the truth about these 5 common healthy foods, you're already ahead of the game. The key takeaway: always look beyond the label. Just because something sounds nutritious doesn't mean it's safe for your blood sugar, especially after 60. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods, watch for hidden sugars, and aim for meals rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats. Small changes lead to powerful results. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. And check the description below for a free printable list of blood sugar-friendly foods. Backhand index pointing right, and before you go, make sure to watch our next video. It could be the next step to transforming your health after 60.